Before computers existed, before a single line of code was ever written, one woman saw the future. She envisioned a world where machines could do more than simple calculations, a world where they could create. This is the story of Ada Lovelace, the world's first computer programmer. Born in 1815, Ada Lovelace was no ordinary child. She was the daughter of the famous poet Lord Byron, but her mother, fearing Ada would inherit her father's wild imagination, ensured that she studied mathematics and science instead of poetry. But her imagination could not be contained. Instead of seeing numbers as mere symbols, she saw them as a language, one that could describe not just equations, but ideas, logic, and even music. In 1833, Ada met Charles Babbage, a brilliant inventor who was designing what he called the Analytical Engine, a machine unlike anything the world had ever seen. It was mechanical, but it could be programmed to perform different calculations, much like modern computers. While most saw the Analytical Engine as a complex calculator, Ada saw something more. She realized it could be programmed to follow a sequence of operations, what we now call an algorithm. In 1843, Ada Lovelace translated an article about Babbage's machine from Italian to English. But she didn't stop there, she added extensive notes of her own, notes that would change history. Among her notes was the world's first algorithm written specifically for a machine to process. This was the first true computer program, over a century before computers were even built. Ada Lovelace didn't just see what machines could do, she saw what they could become. Perhaps even more astonishing than her algorithm was her vision. Ada believed that machines could one day manipulate symbols in ways beyond numbers, that they could create art, compose music, and even think. She was the first to theorize what we now call artificial intelligence. In the 19th century, she imagined a future where machines could do more than calculate, they could create. But the world wasn't ready for Ada Lovelace's ideas. The Analytical Engine was never built, and her work was largely forgotten. That is, until the 20th century, when the first real computers were developed. Scientists rediscovered Ada's notes and realized she had predicted the future of computing long before it became reality. Today, Ada Lovelace is recognized as the first computer programmer. Her work laid the foundation for software, and her vision shaped the future of technology. Her legacy is not just in the algorithm she wrote, but in the countless women and men she has inspired to push the boundaries of science and technology. Ada Lovelace was more than a mathematician. She was a dreamer, a pioneer, and a visionary who saw the power of computing before the world even knew what a computer was. Today, every line of code, every algorithm, and every innovation in artificial intelligence carries a piece of her vision.